What's poppin', y'all? This is Deidre with One Shot Game, man. You already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to help improve your life. The choice is yours on which route you choose to take. Now, as I always say, you get two choices: the ability to faithfully settle in the life that has been set out for you, or the ability to pave a path towards your destiny. That choice is also up to you. So I get into the title of my video, I want to say a big shout out to all my supporters. You guys are great. And even the ones behind the scenes, I see y'all too. So the topic of this video is going to relate on the fact of the ability to realize that a lot of people participate in dark black magic. You know what I'm saying? These are people that, just from my own personal experience, I feel as if really, truly, you know what I'm saying, don't want to see you grow in life. And so they intentionally trick you to think that they're for you. But if you're disillusioned to what's really going on, you'll be led to believe that that undercover hate is disguised by them really wanting to support you. You know what I'm saying? Listen, people are really, you know what I'm saying, heavily skilled at dark black magic, and they are fully aware of what comes with it, especially if a lot of these people have dark ancestral ties to the south. They unconsciously are not aware that they do things to personally keep a person trapped, like to make sure that that person doesn't grow. You know what I'm saying? And listen, it can come from people closest to you, especially if you never knew who you were, you know, and you basically fell for the game and the trap of people who really wanted to intentionally try to hold you back from growing in life, never had no intention of ever really caring about you for real. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of people who are very skilled at dark black magic, especially a lot of the people who act as if they're for you, and you really truly don't know what's being done behind the scenes. A lot of these people are dark, and they spread rumors, you know what I'm saying, and they talk down on you to other people. You feel me? They intentionally lie to you to make you believe, you know what I'm saying, they really for you, and they not. Like, listen, I'm telling you, a lot of these people want you to believe they do Lulu, but they not. They are fully aware of what they doing. You know what I'm saying? They're just not okay with someone coming up against the plan. You know what I'm saying? So they use dark magic. Listen, I'm telling you, in my lifetime, I've had people, you know what I'm saying, take my clothes. You know what I'm saying? And listen, it in the physical, it looks as if everything is going normally, but spiritually, they're working magic against you to hope that you fail. You know what I'm saying? They do things to intentionally go against you. You know what I'm saying? They brainwash other people to believe things about you that are not true. You know what I'm saying? And again, a lot of the people are so used to a certain system that they don't even try to, you know what I'm saying, reach out or get a different perspective, because they're so brainwashed by the perspective that they're used to. They actually start to believe, you know what I'm saying, the rumors that someone tells them about somebody else. That's why, you know, that's one of the strongest things that is really true when it comes to the universe. Stop sitting around gossiping, talking about people, because most of the time y'all looking at the person that the person is gossiping about, you know what I'm saying, and looking down on them, and you won't even talk to them, instead of looking at the person who's telling you to gossip. Because 9 times out of 10, the person that's telling you is usually the one that is projecting all that negativity onto you. You feel me? About someone else, because they're really full of hate themselves. You know what I'm saying? And they are very fluent and skilled in dark black magic. You know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all just don't understand how intentional energy is. But you got to think, as humans, what we don't understand or learn on a regular are things that we become disillusioned to. So since nobody in the world like has taught us energy and how to understand it, like not in school, we don't learn it, you know what I'm saying, our families don't truthfully tell us about it, you feel me, there are people that know exactly how strong it is and use it to influence people's minds. But the less you know about it and the more they know is how they gatekeep. You feel me? I know about it, but you don't. So I can control you, and you don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm telling you, man and woman are equally both skilled in dark black magic, especially people that are very upset and delusional about their own life. They use the sort of magic to keep you controlled so that you would never really truly find out who they were for real. And spiritually, they were never for you. Maybe in the physical, they led you to believe that they were for you because they were on assignment. And the assignment was to get anybody that I could be able to, you know what I'm saying, pour how I am to them, even though I'm really not that person. And my intention of hoping that it works so that they never wake up to who they are. And then it's like once the energy shifts on the planet, which is nobody's controlling but the universe, then you start to see the real side of them. And the spell and start to break. You feel me? The illusion starts to break. And listen, they get so upset that they still keep trying to promote, you feel me, the negativity, the brainwashing, you know what I'm saying, the dark black magic, the anything to convince you that they're not ready to change and grow yet. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you have advanced a lot of lessons and you've made it before them and got ahead of them, and they don't like that. You feel me? They want you to go back to where you was under their feet. You feel me? So they can feel comfortable in their own life. When in actuality, to be honest, y'all don't even realize how much dark black magic has changed the way the real spiritual rules operate. And truly, honestly, in life, the universe's way is to never, you know what I'm saying, put anybody down to get ahead. If that's something that you feel you got to do to get ahead, that's why you ain't going to get ahead. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to be a miserable person because you've been taught the rules in reverse. You know what I'm saying? Backwards. You've been taught the rules by someone that wanted all the power for themselves. They didn't want to share with nobody. So it taught a lot of people to, you feel me, get upset or irritated when they see someone progressing past certain levels that they haven't, you know what I'm saying, and going back to a lot of, you know, spiritual ties that we have, you know, already been born with just on the soul level. Some people gatekeep, some people don't. Like, just to be honest and real, even though people probably knew that they were being, you know, the head in spiritual dark magic before life changed them. Like, sometimes you'll have people playing both sides. You feel me? And I feel like personally there's a person in my family who taught me some of the spiritual secrets that I used to think, why are they doing that? But now it's kind of like a lot of the things they were showing me is very true. And one of those things that I feel is very understanding is the fact that your hair, you feel me, is very important. Do not just freely let anybody get it. You know what I'm saying? Flush it down the toilet when you comb out your combs because, you feel me, people will perform dark magic on your hair. People will perform dark magic on your clothes. You know what I'm saying? They will do anything they can to try to, you know what I'm saying, morph their dark soul into you so that you don't grow. Listen, we're at a time in life where people are stealing people's identities, you know what I'm saying, stealing their personal information, walking, talking, acting like them, you feel me, solely just to make sure that person doesn't grow because of their dark soul and wanting to like be in their skin and steal their life. It's so sad, but it's so real. You know, a lot of people participate in dark magic more than you know. And they know they do, but they do it behind the scenes. But in public, they display this type of person where you wouldn't even be able to think that they engage in anything dark. You know what I'm saying? You fall for the charm. You fall for the illusion that they want you to fall for. Not knowing spiritually in their head, they are doing everything they can to get you close so that they can work dark magic on you. They see it in you. They know what's up. Same thing you see in yourself that you don't feel confident enough to believe in is also the very thing they see in you, but they're not seeing it in you because they want you to grow. They're seeing it in you because they're trying to destroy you. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that you don't get over them. It's sad. It's crazy how the world works these days. You feel me? And once you awaken yourself to it, you will start to look at people different. You know what I'm saying? You'll start to see them in a whole different light, in a way you've never seen them before. You know what I'm saying? And people be wondering why you choose to be the way you are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Be off to yourself, not really bothering nobody. Because y'all fail to understand that a lot of times it be the people closest to you that study everything about who you were. to use their dark magic to make sure that you didn't grow, because it was always a competition with them. It was never them genuinely wanting to see you grow. It was always a competition. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm telling you, it's so sad, but it's so real. And they've been studying you and watching you and staying close to you and monitoring you, because the light that they seen in you is something you didn't see yet. Because they was inflicting, you feel me, their pain and dark magic of how they felt about themselves onto you, so that they can steal what you have and make it for themselves so they can get ahead. You know what I'm saying? Not truly ever wanting to see you do better in life. Wanting to make sure that you didn't understand your full potential. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I'm telling you, I woke up to realize how people really ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them, it's like, you want to believe they've been tricked, you feel me, to go against a good person. But then it's like, if you smart enough to realize you weren't tricked, you were doing exactly what you wanted to do. You were being exactly the person that you are. You know what I'm saying? Which is getting people, making them feel good for the moment, to trap their soul and lock them in so that they never grow. So you can feel like the head honcho. You could feel like, you feel me, the queen or the warlock or whatever of the world. You know what I'm saying? And I promise you, listen, it's just very eerily frightened how it be the people really closest to you. And you be thinking your whole time in life that they really is supporting you and wanting to see you grow and be better, and they want the best for you, and really they don't. You know what I'm saying? Because of how they feel about themselves. And they thought that, you feel me, they were doing a good thing in life by using dark black magic to hold you back. You feel me? They knew that once you got to a point where you finally knew yourself enough, that anything you invested and put your energy to was going to grow. They knew that. They just did everything they could to make sure you didn't know that. You feel me? Listen. And that's why the world is the way it is right now. A lot of people secretly participate in dark black magic. You feel me? It's either they gotta win or nobody wins. You know what I'm saying? And that's sad. Because if you're a person who really moves in the light of the universe, God, Allah, whatever you choose to believe in, you will understand that you can win even if someone else is winning. The more, you feel me, y'all participate on trying to win together, y'all can learn off of each other and y'all can grow together. But I promise you that it ain't been like that for a lot of years. There are people who secretly want all the power for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to share it or give it to nobody. They don't want nobody's life to be better than theirs. Because they solely operate in a way where they focus on everything they went through. They could care less about what somebody else went through. Their life was the hardest. You know what I'm saying? They play the victim mentality. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, that's how strong black magic tends to operate in the world. You feel me? Y'all got to realize that a lot of people only attach to people when they see something in them that they don't have. You feel me? It automatically makes them attracted to them, like, ooh, my whole mission is to make sure I destroyed them because they got a light inside of them that I don't. So if I attach myself to them thinking, you making them think that I care about them for real and I really don't. You know what I'm saying? They're going to lose every light inside of them that they have, and they don't even realize that they're going to transfer it all to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been studying them and I've been watching them and I know what they like and dislike. And all I got to do is act and play the part. You feel me? And they're going to give me all their energy and it's going to make me feel good about myself, even though I had a fucked up life. And I don't want nobody to do good but me. You feel me? So you got to really pay attention and watch out for those people. They're all around you, especially the ones that charm you the most. You feel me? Those be the darkest ones. You feel me? Especially the people that sit around and talk about people all day. You know what I'm saying? Those be the ones who really be studying and paying attention and monitoring so that they can choose to find the ones of light and snuff their light out. You know what I'm saying? Man, if I figure this person out, I know they don't like this. Ooh, so all I got to do is act and be this type of way for them. And I'm going to get in good and I'm going to take their energy for myself. And they ain't even going to know what's happening. Because I done already figured out their weakness. Listen, it's a cold world and a cold game. You feel me? And a lot of people participate in dark magic more than you know. You know what I'm saying? Especially the people that we highly look up to control our life and operate us and put us in a certain state of mind and take care of us. Those be the ones really playing in dark magic the most, because they know they can control people. The lack of knowledge that they have on how we're able to use black magic to control the world, the less they, you feel me, don't follow themselves and believing that maybe what we teach them could be wrong. Maybe in, you feel me, what we asking them for to participate in is wrong, because they don't question nothing. They just believe everything we say. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, you done succumb to the dark magic. And you wondering why your life is not going how it's supposed to, because you ain't listening to yourself spiritually. You listening to someone else control your life. And it's working for them, but it's not working for you, because it's not supposed to be your life. It's so they can control you, so they can live good and they can be in power. You feel me? And that's why oftentimes a lot of the people that have been awarded the ability to speak, they are trying everything they can to use their energy to make sure that these people don't be in comfortable environments, be around positive energy to be able to talk and speak up for themselves, because then they start to lose the power. And listen, when people who have had power start to lose it, they turn into the witch or warlock that you see in the movies. Like fucking just angry people. They ain't happy about nothing. They gonna talk about everything. You know what I'm saying? They gonna make you feel like the lowest lows. They ain't never gonna be happy about nothing. And listen, it's gonna get to a point where money is not even gonna make them happy. You feel me? They're just gonna be grumpy, you feel me, miserable, ugly people who just sit around and nag and upset about everything. Like they're never happy. Nothing in life makes them happy. You know how like the normal things that you do would make a regular person who's just trying to survive happy? Not these people who, you feel me, have survived off of other people's energy this whole time. And now that they're losing it, I promise you, you be around them long enough, they're going to complain about everything. They're not going to be happy about nothing. They're going to make up lies about their life, what they doing, what they got going on. They don't got shit going on. You feel me? They're never happy. They're miserable people. You know what I'm saying? And you be around them long enough, that it'll start to rub off on you. And that makes them even more unhappy too. That people don't want to sit around and indulge in that shit. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is understanding and realizing how this person didn't do what they wanted or became what they wanted in life. And so they just miserable at everybody. And they don't want nobody to grow. And then you stay around it long enough, you'll start to believe that you ain't shit either, when in reality you are. It's just, you. If I were you, I'd get away. Because that person is really intentionally practicing dark magic. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want anyone to succeed because they didn't get a chance to. You feel me? I promise you. And that's not what they wanted. Because they wanted to harvest the energy of good people so that they could get the admiration. They could get the attention. They could get people who want to be around them. That makes them feel good for a short period of time. You know what I'm saying? Because they know deep down inside they're really not happy about nothing. Nothing makes them happy. Nothing in the world. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy how you start to protect your energy when you realize there are a lot of people who are charmers by the tongue, but miserable as hell behind the scenes. And if you start to see that in people, you'll start to realize why there are some people who don't engage, you feel me, with the party. Because that party is intentionally designed to have everybody engaged so the main conspirator can feel good for the moment. I promise you. But once you stop giving it to them, they gonna try to everything to ruin your life. Let you take one wrong turn. You feel me? One wrong downfall. They spreading your business to everybody as if you're this worst person. And that's because you weren't able to see that the moment they connected to you, they were already a dark person. You know what I'm saying? And you fell for that game. And so now the roles is reversed and you're leveling up in your energy. They're trying their hardest to spread, you know what I'm saying, things about you that are false. You know what I'm saying? And they get everybody to believe it. And that's how rumors form. You know what I'm saying? I understand now that the key design of the universe and how it works to get ahead. Listen, you should never want to see somebody else do bad so you could get ahead. That's why you ain't gonna grow. You definitely gonna be miserable if you keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never gonna get ahead because you plotting on somebody else's downfall as if the reason that's why you behind in life, when really you're the reason why you're not ahead in your own life. You feel me? So you holding your own self back. I don't sit around and talk about nobody, but I hear it all the time. how you just hear people just sit around and gossip about everybody else in their life. Nobody wants to sit around and talk about how we can grow and become better because of us not knowing certain things in our own life that held us back. Nobody wants to have those type of conversations. It's only entertaining when you're sitting around talking about somebody else. I cannot. We not taking accountability. We not realizing where we messing up, and all we doing is pointing a finger at someone else. You dark, and you participate in dark magic. You feel me? And people who are entertained in that also participate in it too. But I'm here to tell you right now that once you start to see your life slowly spiral out of control, it'll make you look at the person that started it as if why, you feel me, what they're telling you, you feel me, may come through the grapevine is not being true, and why your life is downward spiraling, because that's their mission. That's what they're there to do. You feel me? And they may look like they doing good in life, but really behind the scenes they might not be. But they don't want you to see that, so that you cannot understand why your life is going in a downward spiral is because the main person that y'all listening to as far as spreading black magic about somebody else and gossiping, you feel me, is intentionally doing that on purpose. They're heavily protected by the devil, and your life is not going to go good if you continue to be around that person. You know what I'm saying? If I were you, I would separate, you know, and understand and realize that even if you don't want to, it's going to be a natural separation in life, to where people are going to separate from the ones that are moving in the dark magic type of way. But they don't want us to know what dark magic is. So I'm here to inform you that it is people that sit around and talk negative every single day about every single person. They don't do nothing but say negative things. They don't say nothing positive about nobody, not even themselves, because they're actually showing you who they are for real. And it's up to you to believe in yourself enough to realize and understand. Maybe, you feel me, you know the real about a person, and you know that they're doing nothing but spreading fake gossip about someone because they're really unhappy in their own life. You know what I'm saying? They're very judgmental. They participate heavily in dark black magic. You know what I'm saying? And they do it with the intention of making sure no one gets ahead of them, especially the people closest to them, especially the people they have a connection with. Those oftentimes are the light souls that they seek out, and they're doing everything they can to make sure they're small. You're connected to me now. You fell for the game, and so now I got you in. So now I'm going to do everything to project dark magic on you so that you don't grow. And you got to be willing to understand how powerful you are and get up every day and fight that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the more you fight, the more they die. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody's seen Wizard of Oz. That was like my favorite movie as a kid. How the Wicked Witch at the end started like disintegrating in her own acid until she was nothing but the hat. That's how the witches and warlocks are dying right now. You feel me? But they hanging on for dear life because the way they've been operating and believing has been going on for so long that they're probably like right at the head now. You feel me? And they mad. They pissed off. The more you get up every day and fight them, and you be strong, and you stand up and you do what you're supposed to do, listen, they start screaming profanity. They start, you feel me, getting ugly. They start trying to take things from you. They start, you feel me, wishing bad on your life. They're projecting dark magic to hope that you don't have enough energy to wake up and be yourself. You feel me? I'm telling you, it's the evolution of life. And it's moving from one world to the other. And I promise you, that old world is dark. It's very, very dark. And there are people that operate it that only want power for themselves. They don't want to share it with anybody. They don't want to see anybody grow if they can't grow themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's sad. But it's the reality of what's the truth of what's really going on. So listen, be mindful of who you're around and who you involve yourself with. Pay attention. Keep your eyes open. Don't miss the little things. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people hide the fact that they are strong leaders in dark magic. You know what I'm saying? And they really, truly don't want people to get ahead. And they use it by covering it up with charming words. You know what I'm saying? They say the most best things to you. They are people who are, you feel me, gaslighters, and you feel me, constantly blood bombing you because they participate heavily in dark magic. And the moment they get you in, you won't even know what's going on. And now you've been sucked into a world of dark magic. You feel me? Especially if they close to you. Especially if they have a connection to you. You feel me? That's why it's important sometimes to ask questions and know the history of other people's life. But the reason why you won't know that is because they do their best to keep it a secret. Therefore, you won't know why they succumb to dark magic. Because I promise you, usually it's how their childhood was that made them, you feel me, bow to the leader of dark magic. And now they have to use a way of charming people to get them in to succumb to. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm not participating in that. I'm cool. I'm not being around nobody that gossip. I don't want to be around nobody that's making it seem like they got something going on in their life and they don't. I don't want to be around nobody, you feel me, that'll do anybody dirty for money. You feel me? Listen, it's either you real, authentic around me. It means, listen, whatever situation I'm in, I'm going to tell the truth. You feel me? I don't got nothing to lie. I don't got nothing to hide about. Life is life sometimes. And sometimes things happen you have no control over. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to lie to it and lie to you about it and sweep it under the rug. I don't want nothing to do with dark black magic. You feel me? It's either positive, you feel me, strong, advancing magic, or nothing at all. You feel me? I don't care who you are. I'll never talk to you again if you engage in dark black magic because you don't want to see me get ahead because you didn't make the right choices in your own life to get ahead. That has absolutely nothing to do with me. And if I were you, stay far, far away. But listen, because of you being so engulfed in dark magic, you're delusional to someone waking you up to the truth. So you'll go against them even though you know what they're saying is the truth. That's sad, and it's dark magic at its finest, and I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm cool. So listen, if you don't know what it is, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.